sometimes we make mistakes with them, I think out of wanting to see good for them, one not wanting them to get in trouble, you know. And I think at least that's one thing that I deal with my kids, you know, because it's so strong discipline I had to use with them. And I think about if I had did it again, I think I would have went a different route. I don't know whether that's because now I have a degree in counseling, you know, biblical counseling and stuff, learned a lot of stuff, or just that I think that, you know, when you sit down and you have hindsight on things, you know, you look back and say, no, I should have done things another way. Because when I talked to my kids about some of the things that they were doing it because they was a military family. They was always sheltered. They came to the urban area and they had to take on a different type of image to stay alive. And some of the image they were bringing home. And I was saying, you know, but you know, we got to be open. We need to be open. If I was more, I guess you were more open, not running all the time. Because I was running. I think if I had to do something, I was running too much. You know, something. You know, and I was running for good. You know, I was in, you know, church ministry and things like that. But my family, I needed to take time with them also. And that's one thing that we need to take time with our families. You know, with our sons and our daughters and our wives. You know, a son learns to treat his future spouse from the way that a father treats his mother.
That's right.
That's how, you know, if you're not loving to your mother, where's the son gonna learn how to be loving to his wife? You know, if you're not respectful, you know, I heard this morning talking about the daughters, there's an important place that fathers have in the lives of the daughter. That's true.
Very true.
But it's also true about the sons also.
More true.
Yes, yes. You know, we're talking about how you take your daughters out, you know, and show them how they're supposed to be treated, take them to dinner and stuff like that, pull a chair out for them and bring them home, you know, home. And so they'll have something when they look at some man, some young person that wants to, you know, them to be their boyfriend or girlfriend, or take them out, something don't follow through, you know. They already have a standard. If they don't follow that standard, they say, forget you. But also, the men, we need to be that example with our children's mother, especially our sons, so they can see the example how they are supposed to treat young ladies and being respectful with young ladies, you know.
More or less, yes, treat them the essence of manhood. You know, that's what we're talking about, because, you know,
I don't want to get ahead here because I'm going to do some things tomorrow. But, you know, the prodigal son is a good example of some of that. We can talk about that tomorrow. But there are specific rules. God intended families and children to have a mother and a father because there are inherent rules that they are each responsible for. You see, and bringing up kids by yourself, whether male or female, is extremely difficult amidst the societal obstacles you have to face. You know, it's a challenge. So, you know, and then, you know, like you're saying with young people, they go through a rebellious state. If we look at the prodigal son, we got a lot of characteristics of him too, you know, but if I tell you today, you won't be here tomorrow. Go ahead, Brother Brown.
But also, if I could just have an opportunity to make a comment, these numbers and these statistics and stuff, they're kind of horrific to me, and they're kind of bothersome to me, in particular because in some of those categories and everything, I would be probably on the side just not flattering because I'm in a situation and everything where I'm out here and I'm not there for my son on a day-to-day basis. He lives in Las Vegas with his mother, but I just want to just say and kind of make a comment on what Brother Marshall was saying. I think there's a direct correlation in these statistics and divorce. And I think Brother Marshall was correct. I think children, and we need to realize and we need to be committed to our children because our children need a mother and a father. And along with that, they need that mother and father, you know, in that same place. They need a mother and father in the home. They need the Lord in the home. They need Christ in the home. And along with that, they need the mother and the father in the home. And I think that's something in today's society, for whatever reasons, you know, whether we have a self-serving agenda or selfish reasons or motives and everything. And I think where marriages are concerned, I think sometimes people don't realize individually the role they should play in the home, the role they should play in the marriage. And I think there's a direct correlation between those roles and how we should play them out and how they're defined in the Bible. And I just want to pray for the black family, and I just want to pray for families in whole, because the nuclear family is becoming extinct, and it's something that's problematic in our society. And I think we all need to make a commitment to pray on that, because it's a serious societal problem these days. And I commend you and your wife and everything, like you were saying, you were just celebrating 34, 35 years. You don't see that anymore. I was at a business meeting last night, and it was this old couple. They were an old couple, and they were kind of walking, hand in hand. They looked like they were about maybe in their 80s, and we were kind of talking. I was kind of talking to them. And they said they just recently celebrated 65 years of marriage, and they looked like they were as in love today as they were on the honeymoon. So anyway, we just need to be committed as Christians to pray for the family.
Yes.
Amen. I'm going to say I'm trying to get the Pastor Gilbert, but I'm going to try and catch that up. Come on, you talk about that.
Why you take care of
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I say a little something, bro?
Hmm?
Yeah, my point is to the young guys, if you're not ready for this fatherhood, please don't step into this here, because we need to pray for our youngs, because it is so many out here having babies, and the guys is not sticking with the girls, and they are left alone raising these kids. So that's a big thing, and that we need to pray about, this young generation and the direction that they are going. Because I see a generation every day on the bus that is lost and needs prayer. I mean, really does. And constantly, we definitely need to pray for our leaders of this country also, that is taking on things that they shouldn't be. That is not leading in the direction that they should be. Just accepting wrong for right and right for wrong. So I feel like we definitely need to pray for our young generation, because they said they are our future. That's all they are.
Good point.
Good point. Amen. Now, they did say, while there's a glimmer of hope, it is clear by the data that this survey is consistent with the statistical realities in the African American community, where the majority of our children live in households headed by females. Okay. I'm gonna move ahead a little bit here. The issue of unresolved problems with fathers who raise another call should also raise another call to the church for appropriate response. While the survey did not isolate the specific nature of the unresolved problem, we cannot trifle away the reality that some intervention in this area may be needed. Resolving interpersonal difficulties within families is a skill that is teachable through venues such as workshops or seminars. And we can draw, you'll be surprised how many people that would be interested in things like that you can use to bring people into the church. I gave this a brief workshop at work. And I had my Bible, and I gave a workshop at work during lunchtime. I had about 30 or 40 people, upper management, some managers sing, as I am, but sing as far as rank down, I say rank, but then also upper management, and most of the women. I did have some men in there, but the room was packed. When I was talking about forgiveness, because I was talking, and I titled it, Moving On from Past Hurts. I had to do with forgiveness, so you'd be surprised. And the people I deal with from all different churches, all different backgrounds, for churches and some maybe non-church, And so the community people are interested, and I think that's an avenue that we can reach out to our communities also, and hitting them where they are, where they're hurting them, and then showing them all that Jesus is the answer.
Amen.